All right, friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Wednesday, the 20th of May, 2020. All right, we've got the moon exalted in the sign of Taurus right around noon today, just a couple hours from right now. It's going to be meeting up with Uranus, the planet of the breakthroughs, the shake, the awakener, the instability, the breakthrough to new concepts, new ideas, new technology. All right, so we have our emotional moon, which is our needs, our emotional needs going into stable Taurus. Okay, it's a favorable time every single month, stable Taurus. All right, it's what we've also got the sun freshly today moved out of stable Taurus into Gemini. So we're getting ready for this Gemini new moon, okay, which is a new beginning coming up here in a couple of days. It's going to be focused really about information, okay, making sure that we're carving our own path, making sure that we're pulling the right pieces of information in that we need to guide us to where we need to go properly. The information is the guardrails, okay, that's keeping us on path, and we want to make sure that we're following the right signs, if you will. Okay, so the sun freshly moving into Gemini to join Mercury, to join Venus, to join the North Node. Let me show you the chart here. So there's a lot of this detective work. There's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of wit and being clever and using our minds to solve issues, right? It's not emotions that's going to solve it. It's not necessarily the practicalness. Emotionally today, there's some sort of practical, stable emotion that needs heightened awakening. So again, between noon and 2 o'clock is going to be this connection here with Uranus. All right. And what the beautiful thing about this is, as well, is we still have these septiles from the North Node in Gemini to Uranus, okay, creating the great change in our sense of stability. Okay, so we're going through a great amount of change today. We're going through a great amount of change in general. Okay, this has started when Uranus moved in to Taurus. That was March 6th, May 15th, 2018. Okay, and then it retrograded back into Aries and then moved, March 6th last year. It officially moved into Taurus for the next 6 more years ahead of us. So either way, we're going through great change. Okay, Uranus and Taurus is a difficult aspect to deal with, as this is old change that we don't want, things that we don't want to change. It's just like, okay, well, this is done. Now that this is done, we can move forward with creating life. And it's just like, oh, we have to go back to this drawing board. And going back to this drawing board is literally reinventing the wheel. And that comes with its own sense of heartaches. It comes with its own sense of growing pains. Maybe that's the best way to say it, growing pains. Because we're constantly revisiting and going back to the drawing board. Speaking of revisiting and going backward, we have, these 3 bad boys all retrograde right now, moving backward into Capricorn. Jupiter and Pluto. Pluto has been here since 2008. Jupiter since last year, December of 2020. Okay, and Saturn since 2018. Now moving back into Capricorn for its final time. So a lot of retrograde energy going on right now. We're a lot of reviewing, rethinking kind of energy. And we're reviewing, rethinking. And that's the key to this day, is this rethinking. Why do we love what we love? We're about to have our mental awareness as well as our emotional awareness conjunct over the next couple of days this week, which is really exciting, really powerful energy. Okay, I believe that happens here right close to the new moon. Look, did you guys see how that happened? Watch, I'm going to show you this. This has been driving me nuts. I got to figure out this app. So see, we've got it in True Node here, and every time I go to animate it, it pops back to the mean node. So then the nodes shift back into Cancer and Capricorn, even though they're not, Well, it's the mean node, but the true node we know is here. Anyway, so I wanted to give you a glimpse. Look at that. Okay, so this is the new moon in Gemini, Mercury-Venus conjunction happening at the same time. Okay, that's going to be powerful, powerful day on Friday. So the energy today, so Wednesday, Thursday, leading into Friday's new moon, okay, it's stability. It's changing our stable structure. It's allowing us to move forward in a place of calm, inner peace, while dealing with the great change that's going on around us and inside of us, and allowing this information that's coming in to be, again, the roadmap that's shining the light on our path where we need to go. And it's up to us to kind of create these. It's not up to somebody else to put our road markers in our path and where we want to go. So this is the information, the knowledge that we're gathering, taking into ourselves, that's going to change the path in general of how and where we're headed, right? So I have a happy Wednesday. As always, my friends, stable moon in Taurus, connecting with Uranus. Uranus septile to Pluto. Uranus and the moon septile to the North Node in information, Gemini. North Node septile up to Chiron, or up to Pluto. Okay, so again, this is a recipe for immense transformation, and the fact that we have the moon conjunct Uranus and creating these septiles as well, up to changing Pluto and to self-rediscovery North Node in Gemini. Again, this is a beautiful day of self-transformation and absorbing new knowledge that's going to change the way that we live our daily practical lives. Yeah, so happy Wednesday, my friends. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you here in a little bit for Thursday's horoscope.